Good morning. Good morning. All right. It is 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Friday. Good morning. You can see I've changed my location, trying this thing out. I'm just waiting for anybody on Zoom to log in before we get started. But, whoever is watching, thank you so much for joining me. I'll tell you a little bit about it, and I'll tell you a little bit about this meditation before we get started. As always, when you do your meditation, you really don't need anything except a place to sit upright, or you may need, so we're looking at this lighting because we really need to make sure I have enough lighting. Okay, this is the thing about Max. Anyway, so during this meditation, you're going to sit upright or you're going to lay down. This meditation is going to be interesting. It is about your childhood and the reverence that comes with the experience of being a child, right? A lot of people have endured a lot, have had a lot of traumatic events. And sometimes we forget about all the good stuff that came with being a child. And you're here to be reminded and just to gain some perspective about that. So we're going to start in about maybe 1 minute. I just want to make sure that people are logging in onto my Zoom, and, just want to be fair. I hope you're having a great day. It is the morning, so the day hasn't even really started. Oh, man. Okay, so I think we're going to get started. All right. Just want to make sure that you're sitting upright or you're laying down. Okay, and I just want you to focus on your breath. I want you to breathe in and out. And just follow that natural pace of breathing. Maybe you're aware of it. Maybe you can breathe in a little deeper. Exhale more. I want you to notice if you have any tension, any stress in the body. And if you do notice any stress, tension, and even pain, maybe you can wiggle. Maybe you can shake. Maybe you can move from side to side. Just allowing your breath to keep you in this present moment. Being here instead of thinking about the past or being reminded of things from the past or thinking about the future or what you have to do today. I mean, it's very normal. It's responsible of you. But right now, you need to focus on you and being in a relaxed state of mind. So let's just continue the breath. How nice of you to show up today to make this commitment, to be disciplined in your meditative practice. Because no matter how hard it is or how uncomfortable it is, no matter how much anxiety you're feeling or stress, you've decided to be here and honor yourself. And Spirit is delighted that you're here. And so As you're breathing in and out, I want you to go into your mind's eye, and I want you to envision a beautiful white cloud. And on this cloud, you are there. And guess who else is there? Your childhood self. And we want you to go to a time when you were 7 to 8 years old. Okay, and I just want you to look at your 7 and 8-year-old. I want you to see what you were wearing at that time. What was your personality like? Were you a lot of energy? Were you mellow? Were you inquisitive, curious, silly? What were you like at 7 and 8 years old? And I just want you to sit with that for a while. Really take in who you were at that time by yourself without any influences. Who were you? And now that you are taking the time to remember who you were between 7 and 8 years old, the child version of you is realizing that it's in front of the adult version of you. And maybe your younger self has a lot of questions and wants to know, whoa, what happened? What are you like? What's it like being an adult? Have that conversation with the child version of you. And with these questions from the child version of you, there may be some questions of fear. Does things get better? What will my career look like? Was this my dream? Did I attain my dream? Allow yourself to be the parent in this situation, being kind and compassionate, but also very protective and loving. And you're happy to answer these questions. It's like your best friends. Just talk, 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 talk. And it's so nice to talk to somebody who understands you. And you realize that the cloud you both were on, has descended onto the ground in a grassy area. And it looks like you're in a park. There's no one around. It's just you and you. Now, of course, the childhood version of you has run out of the cloud and is looking to do something fun and has left you. And you're like, whoa, 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 where are you going? But you realize this is your imagination. This is a safe space, and you don't really need to know. You just want to have fun. So you race after yourself in anticipation for a game, something creative to do. And now you suddenly remember what it's like to be a kid again. And then you remember that feeling of just having fun for the day. You didn't know what you were going to do. You just knew you were going to have fun and be a kid and look at the world with these curious eyes. Everything was so big, everything was different. You were always learning something new. And maybe as an adult, you've forgotten about that. Maybe you're a little bit too serious. Maybe you don't laugh as much anymore because you have to be responsible. Maybe it's a little bit tight, or maybe you don't like your job, or maybe some relationships you've had have not been the best, and you started this thing of doubting yourself and not trusting yourself, and maybe letting your guard down wasn't a good idea. But when you look at yourself when you were little, you were on top of the world having fun just by yourself. You notice your childhood self is playing in the water, wearing clothes. You did not take off any of your clothes. You're just in there, wet clothes and everything, and you're splashing. You're moving your hands in the water, and you are just in wonderment and curiosity. And you think, I guess I could do that. So go in the water. The water's surprisingly warm, but not too hot. It's just right. And you notice that in this water, there's energy coursing through your feet all the way to the top of your head. And it feels really good. And it feels like you're healing. And you're feeling this light energy that comes from the water. And you realize that this water is meant to cleanse your soul or spirit. It's meant to to cleanse your emotional wounds. It's meant to cleanse your physical wounds. Now, your childhood self knows this intuitively and doesn't try to dissect it or try to understand it. Your childhood self accepts this healing. And I'm sure there was a lot of opportunity for healing when you were a little kid. So sometimes as an adult, when we're receiving healing, we try to dissect it or try to understand what's happening because, well, that's what an adult does. And that's not important right now. Allow that beautiful healing energy to do what it do best. To do, allow it to heal you. And you're feeling more relaxed. You're feeling like things are moving out of your body. You're feeling that there are blocks being removed. And you may realize that even though your childhood wasn't the best, that negative experiences occurred, it made you into the person that you were today. Maybe you can just let go of that resentment or of that pain that you endured. And that maybe holding on to that is stopping you from being that creative, joyful person that you are deep down inside. Maybe you were too hard on yourself, and maybe you were really hard on the people that hurt you, rightfully so. But maybe at some point you can let go. And if letting go means that you need to release by crying, that's okay. You cry as much as you need. You're allowed to feel vulnerable because you were hurt. So, as you're receiving this healing, you notice that your little self is floating on the water. You see how easy you were flowing into being who you were. You just did whatever you felt. You didn't second guess yourself. You just allowed yourself to feel good in it and look for those good feeling thoughts because you were that. So, as you are healing, maybe you can float on the water. And maybe you can find space or find that thought of reverence, of respect, that being a child is a gift, that childhood experiences, they only come once. You can never go back to being a child, but you can take that energy with you as an adult. Float in reverence, float in the honor of being a child. Let go of the adult self for a little while as you float. I will leave you in silence. I ask that you let go and surrender to the experience. I will return to you shortly. As you're floating on the water, and your little self is as well, you both decide to leave the water, walk on the ground, step into the cloud, and go back up to the sky. You look at your little self, and your little self looks at your older self. You both hold hands. You both give each other a hug and say, "Thank you for the experience." Your little self reminds you that you can always come back and play. You can always use your imagination. And return to your physical body, wiggling your toes, your fingers, moving your head from side to side. Slowly open your eyes to feel alert, refreshed, and relaxed. I hope that this meditation reminded you of your childhood and the reverence that comes with it. I hope you gained some perspectives that you can bring into your life today. And I thank you for sharing space with me, receiving healing and insight. If you feel that somebody could benefit from this meditation, please share it with them. You can always comment below about your experience. It helps others to check in on this video. And I thank you for your support. Have a wonderful day, and I love you.